Hey guys, it's Jake with Back to Roots Outdoor and Bushcraft again. I'm out here tonight, or today. I'm going to do a little solo overnighter. I'm going to make a debris shelter. It'll be really my first attempt at cold camping in a long time. Now I know it doesn't look that cold out here now, if you guys check this out, but right now it's in the low 30s. It's only going to get up into about the mid 30s for a high, and it'll get down to low 20s tonight, and that's all Fahrenheit. I know some of you people from the Great White North are laughing and scoffing at me, you know, that's not cold weather camping. I'm from the South, that's cold. So I'm definitely gonna insulate up the debris shelter. I think this is going to be my main ridge pole for it. I've got my supposedly 20 degree sleeping bag plus my sleeping mat, but I'm gonna layer up some leaves down below, you know, make some ribs coming off the side here. Try and get 2, maybe 3 foot worth of leaf debris on the outside. I'm hoping I may have to use a bunch of this dead standing grass around here too. This will be my first time actually doing a debris shelter, so this is pretty well brand new territory for me. But yeah, I'm gonna start getting the pack unpacked and getting everything set up. Right now it's almost 1 o'clock. I got a late start to the day. It's just been a really crappy week, and I really needed to get out here, get some reset time. But I've got about 4.5 hours until I'm out of daylight. So I gotta bust my butt and get this thing up and going. Alright, so I got most of the large debris cleared out from underneath of it. The big thick branches and everything, not what I want to be sleeping on. My next goal is basically just to see how big or how long of a structure I need. Like I said, I'm a pretty big guy. I'm about 6'6", 6'7". So I'm going to go ahead and lay down underneath here and basically mark where I need to start it at, and we'll go from there. Go to roughly about right here. Coming down to right there. All right, so I went ahead and marked where the entrance is going to be, right here to roughly about right there. The rest of this area right in here, I can fill in with a bunch of leaf litter. So, I guess it's time now to go ahead and get the ribs all set up, at least on one side, and that way I can fill the bed in from there. But as you guys can see, looking around here, I've got plenty of deadfall and dead standing. So, it really, hopefully, won't take very long and shouldn't be too labor intensive. But we'll see. Got the pile here to start my at least one side of my shelter here. So I'm gonna get these all lined up, cut and break them down to size, and get this going. So I got the main part of the skeleton set up, the larger logs here. Just need to fill in the gaps with some smaller sticks and then start throwing the debris on it. So obviously I decided to go with the grass for my shelter. There really just wasn't as much leaf litter around as I was expecting. This dead standing reed grass should insulate pretty well though. The reason I'm cutting it down as opposed to tearing it out of the ground really is twofold. First, if I rip the roots out with the stalks, they could easily cause air gaps when more grass is laid on them, reducing the insulative properties. Second, and really most important, if I rip the roots out, this grass is gone. By cutting it, I leave the root base alive, and come springtime, this grass will sprout again. You just gotta remember, when we're out here doing what we do, we don't want to destroy the environment around us. That's why any resource I harvest, I try and do it as ethically as possible. Alright guys, so this is what I have done right now. Which means this whole side is still incomplete. Haven't even finished the other side. Unfortunately, I've only got about 2, at the most 2.5 hours of daylight left. That being said, I do not have the time to finish this shelter. However, as with anything else, it's all about adapt, overcome, and improvise. Or adapt, improvise, and overcome. So, plan B. Say hello to plan B. And that's what I used all the grass for. That'll be home for the night. So you guys have heard me talk about Dave Canterbury's 10 C's. Like I've said before, if you guys are watching this channel, you know who Dave Canterbury is. This is why we keep the 10 C's with us, because you never know what's going to happen. I wound up getting a really late start to the day today. I was planning on being out here at about 9 this morning. I didn't get out here until about 1 this afternoon. So as it is now, I've got hour, maybe hour and a half worth of daylight left, which gives me plenty of time to go ahead and get some firewood gathered and get a good fire going so I can cook my dinner. If you guys can see those over there, yes, those are cows. Apparently I'm going to have some company tonight. Yay. I mean, I can't really complain too much. There's farmland that butts right up to this public land here. Some of it's only separated by the river, so cows are going to go where they want to go. So there's really nothing I can do about it. But they're just cows. But yeah, like I said, I've got my shelter all set up now, and I'm going to go ahead and get some firewood gathered. Luckily, I've got a lot of wood here from when I was actually trying to build the shelter. But I'm going to go ahead and get the firewood gathered, get it all set up, and get a fire going because it's starting to get cold. Alright, so I got the food bag hung up. No, we don't really have bears out here at all. Actually, we don't have them at all out here. But we do have a bunch of little critters out here. You know, squirrels, raccoons, possums, stuff like that. Armadillos, possibly hogs out here. So I really don't want them tearing into my food before I get a chance to eat it. But that's hung up. So now, as I said before, I'm going to go ahead and get some firewood all set up and get that fire going. So I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there is a massive flock of geese out there. They must be flying just south of me. Alright guys, so I got the fire going right now. I didn't film any of it. It's fire building. You've seen me do it before. You've seen it on multiple other channels. I'm not saying I won't ever film it again. Mainly I'm saying I'm tired. Yeah, it's been one of those weeks. I needed to come out here. And then to top it all off, you know, I get a late start, so I can't actually build the shelter that I want. So I'm really, really hoping that I can stay warm enough tonight. But now, like I said, it's been one of those weeks, and I apologize if this is kind of a lackluster video, but I just I'm whooped. Let me tell you about this week. Starts out normal. About Tuesday afternoon, well, we find out at the beginning of the week that there's this stomach bug that's going around. So about Tuesday afternoon, work's almost done, and guess who gets the stomach bug? So I'm out of work Wednesday, just completely tore up, can't leave the bathroom. Come back to work Thursday, finish that day out. I still know that regardless, I've got this weekend out here. I'm gonna come out here, I'm gonna build a debris shelter, I'm gonna do some awesome winter camping. So Thursday, you know, work day, it is whatever. Friday, get there, let everybody know, hey, I gotta leave by a certain time, you know, that way I can get to the bank in time, cash my check. Yes, I still do it that way. And that way, you know, I can leave town at, say, 6:30, 7 o'clock on Saturday morning. That way I can be out here by about 9. Well, that didn't work. It was over a 12-hour day, Friday at work. I didn't get home until way after the bank closed. So I wasn't able to leave until after 9 o'clock. Bunch of rigmarole there at the bank. Wound up not leaving town actually until about 10. And then get out here, trying to fight my way through the cattle, as you saw, talking to a couple of hunters that I met there at the gate whenever I first got here. Wound up not getting out here to the site until, you know, right around 1 o'clock. See, I'm tired, so I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, just get this fire going, or keep it going, get a good bed of coals built up, cook my dinner, and then we'll see if I turn in or not. My plan was, you know, I was gonna hunker down in my shelter after dinner, stay nice and warm, and read a book. Guess what I forgot to pack? It's just, this week's been one thing after another, and I'm sorry, this is just my gripe fest here. I apologize for you guys having to sit through this, but like I said, I'm just gonna kind of relax. I'm gonna sit here, tend to this fire as the sun goes down. I give it maybe another 20 minutes at the most, but it is starting to cool down some. Well, it is nice and warm right here by the fire, as it would be. But I'm going to quit rambling because it's very, very apparent that I am very, very tired. So, like I said, I'm going to do this, I'm going to eat, and maybe even call it an early evening, but we'll see. Alright guys, just enjoying my after dinner pipe. Got some Frogmorton on the Bayou by McClellan. Really good Balkan blend. Pairs really well with that steak I just had. Now I'm out here just listening to the armadillos and the possums scurry around. I've had to run a couple out away from the fire here recently. Hopefully they got the idea. Really don't feel like waking up with one curled up next to me. and asked for tonight's drink. I've been watching a lot of Peaky Blinders lately on Netflix. Really good show. About a British street gang in the early 1900s. And pretty much all they do is smoke cigarettes, drink whiskey, and kill people. It's a pretty hardcore show. But because of that, I've gotten on an Irish whiskey and a Scotch kick. So this is Teeling's small batch. Really, really good, really smooth. It's extra aged in rum barrels, so it's got a nice little sweetness to it. As I'm trying to talk to you guys through clenched teeth, my apologies. Cheers, everybody. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and hang out here for a little while, let this fire burn down. So I got a couple good sized logs on there. But I'm going to let it burn down, finish up my pipe, and just enjoy the peace and quiet. See if I got to run off any more critters before I go to bed. Hey guys. So, sitting here by the campfire, just thinking about what I talked to y'all about before, you know, griping and complaining about my week. You know, when it's all said and done, I really don't have a lot to complain about. I got it pretty good. I got a good job, pays me well. I got a good wife at home that loves me and understands that I need to come out here and do these things, and even though she doesn't necessarily, how can I put this? She's explicitly said before that she will not camp the way that I camp. She likes to have certain amenities, and that's fine. You know, I mean, everybody's got their thing. Eventually, her and I are going to start camping more. I do want to film those as well. I mean, hell, I've filmed my just regular camping trips before. And as I've said before, you know, this is an outdoor and bushcraft channel. I explicitly named it that way in that order for a reason, because it's more about getting outdoors than it is just the straight bushcraft. Yes, I wanted to do more of a bushcraft style video this time around, and obviously that didn't happen. At least not to the extent that I wanted it to. But no, like I said, I really don't have any reason to complain. I've got it pretty good. And with however rough the days and weeks and months get, I know I've got my time to where I can come out here and do this and completely unwind and completely reset. And the fact that you guys are joining me for it, I mean, I know it sounds kind of cheesy and stupid, but that really means something. You know, you guys that actually that do subscribe to my channel and do watch my videos and watch them all the way through. You know, I really appreciate that, and I hope you guys get something out of it. But I'm not trying to sit here and get philosophical or wax poetic or anything like that. I reckon this is kind of my way of apologizing for my rant, my griping before. You know, you got to take the good with the bad, because without the bad, you don't appreciate the good. And it's nights like tonight to where it's, at this point, probably high 20s Fahrenheit right now, but I'm still sitting here nice and warm next to this fire, and I know I'm going to crawl into that sleeping bag here in a few hours and get a good night's sleep, and I know when it's all said and done, I'm going to go home to a good woman. Not everybody can say that. Not everybody has the opportunity or the ability to be able to come out here and reset like this. So yeah, I count myself pretty lucky. I apologize if the lighting's bad. This isn't the greatest of cameras, and I don't have the biggest of fires going right now. In point of fact, I'm about to throw another log on it. I mean, I didn't want to necessarily recant what I had been saying before, but
as I was sitting here, I came to the realization, you know, I don't have it that bad. Life's pretty good. And you got to be able to sit back and appreciate that and realize what you got.
Alright guys, so it's about 10 o'clock now. I'm going to go ahead and turn in here inside the shelter. I got my jacket actually draped over the front, try and block some more of that wind in. So hopefully I'll stay warm enough tonight. I got the coyotes trying to sing me to sleep right now. But we'll see y'all in the morning.
Oh, morning guys. Got a little bit colder last night than what they were anticipating. It actually got down into the high teens. It's just after 7 o'clock this morning now. Got a fire going, trying to get warmed up. Gonna get some breakfast made. But yeah, that sleeping bag 20 degrees my butt. There's no way. But yeah, I'm gonna sit here and defrost a little bit and get some breakfast going once that sun starts coming up.
Alright guys, well, breakfast is eaten. I didn't film any of that. My camera's getting a little low on battery, and I want to make sure I've got enough to make it through here. I do have the GoPro, but I don't like the film quality, and I really don't like the sound quality on it. But I'm sitting here getting another pot of water boiling for my last cup of coffee. I'm just going to relax a little bit and start breaking down camp. Alright guys, so camp is fully broke down, fire's fully extinguished. Getting ready to head out. I just want to thank you guys for watching this video, especially if you did watch it all the way through. I really appreciate it. If you like what you saw, which really hope you did, go ahead and give it a subscribe. And if you'd like to see more, you go ahead and hit the little bell icon down there at the bottom of the screen. That'll let you know when my new videos are coming out. Or at least it should, as long as YouTube gets their act together. Again, kind of want to apologize. This was definitely supposed to be more of a bushcraft centric type trip. You know, building shelter with what the land had to provide. Obviously, I wasn't able to do that just because of time constraints. So I made do with what I had. In any case, I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I'm trying harder to get content out here on a more regular basis, and you know, I'm really trying to get stuff out there that I think people want to see and share some tips and tricks that I've found. And man, you know what, and this is the same way with any other video that I have posted or will post. If you guys see something that I'm doing that, you know of a different way or even a better way to do it, go ahead and post it down in the comments. Let me know. Like I've said before, I'm certainly no expert, and I'm more than willing to take constructive criticism where I can and better myself in this skill and in this practice. But with that being said, like I said, if you guys would, I'd really appreciate, like, share, subscribe. If you want to follow me along on Facebook and Instagram, they're also Back to the Roots Outdoor and Bushcraft on both of those platforms. But yeah, like I said, I'm definitely trying to get out more often and get more content out to you guys. So till next time, y'all have a good one.